Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. There was a devotee of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and this happened in Jagannath Puri in India. Every day he used to go to the temple and start chanting Bhagavad Gita. He will come up to the 14th verse of Gita. Tatashvetair hayayirukte mahatisyandane sthitau. This is the 14th verse. Thereafter, look at me, there is nothing to look at. I am more handsome than anybody else. We can't focus our mind 5 minutes and we want to study all the Gitas. See, that is why when Arvind Bhai told me, Swamiji, they want to study different Gitas, I said, forget about it. See, so he used to study, chant, and when he comes to this verse, he will close everything and start crying, meaning the tears will start flowing. And then there was a Panditji in that temple. One day he got annoyed. He said, what is this? You come here, start chanting, and hardly you come up to few verses and never complete what you are chanting. What kind of devotee you are? So that devotee, he started crying. He said, Sir, please excuse me. Actually what happens, when I read this verse, Tatashvetair hayayiryukte mahatisyandane sthitau, thereafter, seated in a divine chariot with the white horses yoked, Bhagavan Krishna and Arjuna arrived on the battlefield. He said, when I read this, the Lord comes in front of me. The meaning of the word manifests in front of me. And therefore, I can't go further. See, friends, study of scriptures is different from studying philosophy. Whenever scriptures are studied for the philosophical pursuit, we become erudite scholars and go far away from the reality. See? Therefore, when we study scriptures, what should happen? That in the process of studies, we dissolve ourselves. Otherwise, our reading scriptures academically is like reading the menu and complaining thereafter. My hunger is still as it is. Come on, man. Only by reading the menu, your stomach cannot be satiated. The meaning of each dish must manifest on your dining table, and from the plate, it must go in the pate. Because where is the hunger? Hunger is in the stomach. Unless the words indicate the meaning of their object, is only noise. See, friends, this is unfortunately happens with intellectuals. Intellectuals get lost only in the academics. One example I'll tell you about getting academically lost. In one of my talks I mentioned probably, this happened in US. I was invited to somebody's house for lunch. And there were about a dozen or two people. And then, Swamiji, please talk on Gita. There is nothing like free dinner in this world. So, then they introduce. He is Mr. So-and-so, he has come from India and he has been teaching us Gita for last 1 year. I said, wonderful. Now let me also learn. Let him talk and I listen. So they said, no, we have been listening him every day. You come once in a year, so we want to hear from you. So that elderly, very sincere, nice gentleman, he told me, please talk on second chapter of Gita. So I had to honor the guest, Then I completed the second chapter of Gita. Thereafter question answers. I said, look here, I'll ask you questions, okay? No. We will ask you question. Please tell us. I said, look here, I am never interested in question answers. It's all only the itch of the intellect of the one who asked the question. And it is the itch of the tongue who answers the question. It is itchy business. Khujli ka kaam hai. No, please. I said, okay. Only one question. Could you believe what question that person who was teaching Gita for 1 year asked me? He asked me, please tell how many verses in Bhagavad Gita are attributed to Dhritarashtra, Sanjay, Arjun and Bhagwan Sri Krishna. See? So, I said, I don't know. You don't know? You are talking on Gita? I said, yes, I don't know. See, how many verses are chanted by whom? Is this study of Gita or academics? Then I said, okay, for your sake I'll tell. Then I told him, Dhritarashtra only one verse. And after listening to Bhagavad Gita, because Sanjay told Dhritarashtra, after listening Bhagavad Gita from Sanjay, what happened to Dhritarashtra? Nowhere there is a mention in the whole of Mahabharata. So, our listening to different Gitas and Dhritarashtra's listening to Bhagavad Gita, what is the difference? See, my friends, do not become academic when you study scriptures. It's one of the biggest obstacles for every intellectual. They get lost. See? And then I told him, now Bhagwan Krishna, how many verses attributed to Bhagwan Krishna? I told, not a single verse. Bhagwan Krishna did not say a single verse in Bhagavad Gita. He nearly jumped out of his skin. What? I said, yes. Show me which Bhagavad Gita you have got and where it is written. Bhagwan Krishna Uvacha. Bhagwan could be anybody. Bhagwan Krishna, Bhagwan Ram. And Bhagwan very clearly mentions in Bhagavad Gita, Ajopi san navvayatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swam adhishtaya sambhavami atma maya. The one who was talking was not the Devaki Putra. The one who was talking was not the Yashoda Nandana. The one who was talking was not the Gopi Janavallabha. See? So when we study scriptures, it must become like when we look into the mirror. At the object, we look at the object. But we don't look at the mirror. We look in the mirror. And in the mirror, we don't look at the reflection. We look at ourselves. Study of scriptures has this approach. See, friends. And when the food is digested, assimilated, it is an asset to the body. But when we take the food and for whatever reason, it is not digested, it is not assimilated, but it is vomited. Can we say, oh, this fellow vomited ordinary thing, idli sambar. But that fellow, he vomited rasgulla and jalebi. Vomition is a vomition. See, friends, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Maunam Vyakhya Prakatita Para Brahma Tattvam Yuvanam Varshishthante Vasadrushiganahi Avrutam Brahmanishthaihi Acharyendram Karakalita Chinmudram Ananda Rupam Swatmaramam Muditavadanam Dakshinamurti Mide. The truth is revealed not by the words, but through silence. And this silence is not against the sound. We know only one silence, that which is against the sounds. But there is another silence, which is not disturbed by the sounds, which is not enhanced by the silence. And therefore, Chinmudramananda Rupam, the teacher indicates the truth by this Chinmudra. If we understand the meaning of this Chinmudra, we have understood all the Gitas. Therefore, let us be subjective when we study the scriptures and not objective. Objectivity in knowledge is a bondage. Subjectivity in experience is liberation. See? Therefore, this time in Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, the 11th canto, it is the Mukti Skandha. The wisdom is abundantly distributed in this particular canto, 11th canto. And here, one day, Uddhavji asks Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And from here, the Hansa Gita begins. Uddhavji says, Vidanti martya prayena vishayan padamapadam tathapi bhunjate Krishna tatak katham shvakharajavata. Uddhavji says, O Lord, people are constantly engaged in objective pursuits, vishayan, running after the things to accumulate, to indulge continuously. And what are all these objective pursuits and objects of the world? They are tathapi bhunjate, and they are padam apadam. They are the source of all miseries. See, friends. And yet they don't understand. Bhunjate, they keep on engaging themselves in this objective pursuit. See, either they will be lost in collecting money, or they will be lost in indulgence in the world, or they will be lost in the Dharma Shastra. And in all the three, what happens? He says, Katham Shwa Khara Ajavat. Three examples are given. Shwa means dog. Like the dog runs after the female dog and gets lost and gets in bondage, and yet he is doing the same thing again and again. He doesn't understand. He is suffering because of that. Similarly, the second, khara. Khara means a donkey. When a donkey runs after a female, the female keeps on kicking him left and right on his face, and yet he follows. So also the aja, the male goat, is constantly running after the female goats and gets the kicks. And yet they don't understand. Exactly the same way, we the human beings are constantly running after the worldly things, constantly getting lost in various kinds of indulgence. So, oh Lord, why they can't understand this? That they are suffering because of this. Why don't you give it up? Oh Lord, tell me why this is happening. Katham tat. Please tell me why this is happening. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Bhagavan says, Ahamityanyatha buddhi pramattasya yatha vridi utsarpati rajo ghoram tato vaira vaikarikam manaha. See, Bhagavan says to Uddhavji, listen, aham iti anyatha buddhi pramattasya. Pramada means a person who is repeatedly doing the same mistake. If we do some mistake and learn from the mistake, we grow wise. If we do the same mistake again and again, who can help us? So here it is said, aham iti anyatha buddhi. When we say I, exactly what we mean by I? See? So, aham anyatha buddhi vridi. Then we start mistaking ourselves to be I am the body. The first error in our life. First error. All the spiritual science, all the Gitas, all the Upanishads, all the Ramayana, Bhagavad, Mahapuran or Mahabharat, all the 18 Puranas, 18 Upapuranas, all the 18 Smritis, everything, if you want to summarize as spiritual practice, there are only two things. First, freedom from body identification. And second, freedom from the notion that I am a soul in a body. If these two things are not corrected, we may do anything. It is like trying to fill in the pot which is kept upside down. See, friends, it is only after body identification that I am a man, I am a woman, I am young, I am old. And after the body identification, thereafter, I am mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, in-law, outlaw. And who are miserable? These non-existing entities, they are miserable. Whatever you may do, Bhagavan Shankara says, Kurute Ganga Sagara Gamanam, Vrata Paripalanam, Purushottam Mas, I don't eat this, I don't eat that. I keep on chanting Gita every day. Kurute Ganga Sagara Gamanam. I go to the holy places to take a holy dip into the water. Then, Kurute Ganga Sagara Vrata Paripalanam Athava Danam. Charity. But Jnana Vihina Sarvamatena. Find out who is doing this. Of course, I am doing. Who is this I? See, friends. Therefore, here the Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Aham iti anyatha buddhi. There is one text which comes in Mahabharata, like Bhagavad Gita. The text is called as the Sanat Sujatiya. It's one of the most wonderful texts. And there the student is Dhritarashtra. And the teacher is Sanat Kumarji. And Sanat Kumarji tells, what is the highest sin that one can perform in life? For a sin is what? On Ekadashi we have taken rice, sin, go to hell. That is a baby sin. See? The real sin is what? The real sin is Anyatha santamatmanam anyatha pratipadyate kim tena na krutam papam chorena atma apaharina. We are essentially divine. But anyatha pratipadyate, we take ourselves to be the body. Now this body which we take, I am the body and the body is mine. On what ground we make this statement? Is the body created by us? No. Is the body ever listening to us? No. And yet, I am the body. And we are intelligent, intellectuals. See, friends, Bhagavan Shankara writes, Natvam deho ne indriyani na prano na mano na dhi vikaritvad vinashitvad drishyatvad cha ghato yatha. Ghata, any pot. What are the attributes of the pot? It is an object of knowledge. It is subject to modification and subject to destruction. Is it not applicable to our pot, the body? That is why when the kids go for the toilet in the morning, they go to potty, because from the pot, potty will only come out. See, friends. So this body is an object of knowledge. Therefore, we are all the time worried about our figure. See? Object of knowledge, vikaritvan, subject to modifications, constantly changing. And vinashitvan, definitely subject to destruction. The same attributes available for the pot, but the pot I am not. But the same attributes available to the body, that potty I am. What logic it is? Therefore, friends, real spiritual practice begins when whatever you are doing, if it leads to freedom from body identification, we are on the right track. And whatever you do, if this is not reached, it is just an acrobatics. Here Bhagavan says, Ahamiti anyatha buddhi pramattasya. Pramattasya means what? The one who is expert in making the same mistake again and again. Every day we do the same mistake. The moment we are out of the sleep, I am the body. And after I become the body, then only second generation, then I am mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. And these are the guys who are miserable. Where do they disappear? In the deep sleep. That husband who doesn't dare to look at his wife, in the deep sleep he snores loudly. Where from the courage comes? Because that time he is no more a husband. But where has he gone? And this non-existing entity, that is becoming miserable. This is called a pramad. Therefore, ahamityannatha buddhi pramattasya yatha hradi utsarjpati rajoghoram. The moment we take ourselves to be the body, means what? We become limited by time, space and object. These are the three limitations which we are carrying in a dumb way. Whenever we write any application form, these three parameters are written. DOB, date of birth. Before this date I was not there. Conditioned by time. Then height and width. Conditioned by space. And weight, 2 tons. object. So who am I? I am this body. And whole life is lived as the body, for the body, on everybody. See, friends, therefore, upsarpati rajo ghoram. So when I consider myself to be finite, I will definitely struggle to remove this finiteness and attain infinite. Then what do? I keep on imagining about the worldly objects. When we see an object, you are still in the God's creation. See? A boy sees a girl. Boy is God's creation, girl is a God's creation. Samsara has not begun. But after seeing the girl, then the boy starts projection. Why she has come in this garden now only? There must be some divine message behind it. And that dumb girl, she also starts thinking, why he is only here, nobody has come. So, after the perception, we start projections. These projections are our creation. God created a woman. Father created a daughter. Husband created a wife. And the son created a mother. It is the father, the husband, and the son. They are miserable because of not the woman, because of the daughter, the wife, and think. Where are they? See, my friends, otherwise, like mechanical chanting, without any meaning happening to us. See? So, utsarpati rajo ghoram, then the rajoguna takes over. And after the rajoguna takes over, then tato vaikarikam manaha, then mind becomes agitated. And what is the agitation of the mind? Rajo yuktasya manasaha sankalpa savikalpakaha. Then the mind starts projecting. Sankalpa means the imagination of something good in others. So we see an object, we imagine, oh, what a beautiful it is. How nice it is. I don't have it. Unless I have it, how can I be complete? So, yena kena prakarena, by one or the other way, I must have it. And when these thoughts take a momentum, a thought, a desire is born. And when the desire is born, we become victimized by the desire. See? Therefore, rajo yuktasya manasa sankalpa savikalpakaha tataha kamaha. Thereafter, the desire is born. And what is that desire? Guna dhyana dussah syad vidurmatehe. Then this stupid person is so much overpowered by his own desire that he is carried away and he forgets everything. Thereafter, karoti kama vashagaha karmanya avijitendriyaha dukkhodargani sampasyan rajo vega vimohitaha. Then kama vashagaha. Once we are under the influence of the desire, nobody can stop us. In the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says, Shaknoti haivaya sodhum prak sharira vimokshanad kama krodhodbhavam vegam sa yukta sasukhi naraha. Desire and anger, they come as an attack, aveg. He who is able to stand the onslaught of the desire and anger, he is a yogi. See? And when, not after death, prak sharira vimokshanat, when we are alive. Because it is only the desire and the anger which destroys our balance. See, friends, therefore, karoti kamavashagaha karmani avijitendriya. And then avijitendriya. He has no control over his faculties. There was a great saint in India, you all know, Santa Ganeshwar. You must have heard the name. Now, the Santa Ganeshwar, in his writing, in one place he wrote something beautiful. It has caught my mind. It has helped me also. He said, if you want to control your sense organs, you will not be able to do it all the 10 at a time. Start with one. And he said, control your tongue. Tongue is 2 in 1. Where it is used for talking, it is called as jivva. When it is used for tasting, it is called as rasana. Tongue is the same. He said, control your tongue. So first control is overeating. Yoga Shastra tells, eat half the capacity that you can eat. 1/4 add water. And 1/4 leave empty for ventilation. You are all using, those mixies and grinding machines. If you put anything in that mixie up to the brim and it can't move. You require a space to move. We eat so much up to the nose. If somebody asks, Swamiji, have you taken food? Now why are you not talking? But what did you eat? Then the Swami takes out the jalebi from his mouth. This is what I ate. And again, no control over eating. See, friends. And the second thing, the tongue as an organ of action is talking. This principle I have been emphasizing again and again in every talk. Here also I will say, and I promise you, you will not do it. Complicated things, if I tell you, you will do it. Take cold water bath in Purushottam Mas. See? And take food without salt and take tea without sugar. You will do it. And do the japa, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, standing on one leg. You will do it. No doubt. But if I tell you, before we talk to anybody, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? I guarantee you, 99% cases, you will answer your own question. No need. Ajitendriyaha, we have no control. And tongue is the organ which doesn't have a bone, but it is the most dangerous organ. The wound created by the tongue is difficult to heal, but if the tongue gets wounded, it heals quickly. The tongue makes us a victim of eating different things more and more. We become fat. Has anybody's tongue become fat? Think. Therefore, here the teacher says that karoti kamavashagaha karmani avijitindriya, then dukkhodakarkani sapanshan rajo vega vimohitaha. And as a result, he is constantly buffeted by all the miseries. And although this happens, he is under the influence of Rajoguna. He just can't keep quiet. See, friends, this is one of the most important spiritual practice. Maximum energy we waste because of talking. Just to understand some calculations, 8 hours of physical work, energy consumption, is equal to 1 hour of talk, energy consumption. 8 hours of talk, energy consumption, is equal to 15 minutes of unwanted thinking. So what we do? We come out of the sleep, not out of the bed. Then the lag period between coming out of the sleep and coming out of the bed, that lag period is so wide, and during that time, what is done? Unwanted thinking goes on and on and on. So all the battery that was charged overnight, so that we can use the phone the whole day, that our battery gets completely discharged by the time we are out of the bed, and then we drag through life. See? We have to learn it. Nobody can teach us. Simply saying, early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy, wealthy and wise. When we go to bed, as late as possible. When we wake up, as late as possible. See, we must begin our day before the sunrise. Those who wake up after sunset, or rather sunrise, they become the bed bug in the next life. This is said in the Khatmal Mahapuran. So next time you see a bed bug somewhere, don't kill it. Maybe next year life's mommy, papa. See, friends, how much laziness. Therefore, Rajo Vega Vimohitaha, then Rajastamobhyam Yadapi Vidwan Vikshaptadhi Punaha Atandrito Manap Junjan Dosha Drushtirna Sajjate. But if somebody is little aware, alert in leading life, we are leading our life mechanically. The same thing again and again. There is no awareness. See? Like many times, we talk and afterwards we regret. But from the regret we don't learn. Again we make the same mistake. See, my friends, but the Vidwan, the wise seeker, he is not leading a life mechanically. So what he does, that Rajastamobhyam Yadapi Vidwan Vikshaptadhihi, although the wise man is also influenced now and then by Rajoguna or Tamoguna, and yet he says Atandritaha, but he is alert. Mind is disturbed, mind is angry, mind is lazy, he is aware of that. And the moment we become aware of the various modes of the mind, those modes of the mind will not overpower us. See? Therefore, Atandritaha, then Manaha Yunjan, then again he engages his mind for something higher. And what is something higher? Be attentive. Mind must have three qualities: quiet, alert, and vigilant. Quiet doesn't mean a sleepy mind. Too quiet. No. See? Quiet, alert and vigilant mind is that mind which is not running in the past memories or projecting the future worries. Such a person lives always 100% presence. 100% presence is living in God. When it is said, God is beyond the three times, Kalatita, means what? For the God, there is no past, there is no future. If we do not get influenced by whatever good or bad happened in the past, just select, shift, delete. But what we do, we keep on talking about our past. Now this is another thing which I am telling you, but you will not do it. See my confidence. Try. Don't talk about your past. Whenever we talk to others, there are only two themes. One theme is about our past. Second theme is how others are bad and I am good. The moment you stop talking, this will immediately be erased. Therefore, Atindro Mano Yunjan Dosha Drushti Na Sanjate. Then, although he is very much living in this world like you and me, but he is not attached to anything in this world. See, about attachment I'll tell you something. Try. You don't have to do anything. Spiritual practice is undoing. It is not doing anything. Spiritual practice is not becoming extraordinary. Drop that extra and remain ordinary. See, it's very simple. So, once we decide that we will not talk about our past, net result will be, we will not be interested in somebody else's past also. Automatically we become silent. So, apramatto bhavet and na sajjate. Now, what is attachment? See, this principle, if you catch it, see how simple life becomes. Attachment is an illusion. Nobody is attached to nothing in this world. It's a big bluff that we carry as real. Nobody is attached. Even we are not attached to our own body. Our childhood body was so beautiful, so cute. Are we holding on to that body? It has gone. We only, the grown-ups say, हम भी अगर बच्चे होते नाम हमारा होता डब्लू बबलू खाने को मिलते लड्डू और लोग कहते हैप्पी बर्थडे टू ओल्ड पीपल थिंक दैट आई विश आई वाज चाइल्ड यू आस्क द चिल्ड्रन दे थिंक आई वांट टू बिकम बिग सी फ्रेंड्स so when the childhood body has disappeared we didn't cry because we are not attached. Then the teenage body came, that also disappeared, we are not attached. Middle-aged body came, that also disappeared, we are not attached. When we have sustained rejecting 3 bodies in a row, why worry about the 4th old body? देहिनोस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्तिः धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति. See friends, but all the time, why we get so much attached in the old age to the body? Because of talking constantly about the past. When you don't talk about your past, you have already deleted body identification with that old body. That body has gone. When the child body has gone, the child also has gone. The childhood also has gone. When the teenage body has gone, the teenagehood also has gone. But we keep on holding on to that. See, my friends, this can be rejected only by wisdom. Wisdom is attachment is an illusion. When we go to sleep, exactly what we do? We detach from body identification. And we are so eager to drop this body identification that many people, when they are so eager, even in the satsang, they drop the body identification and go to sleep. Therefore, those who sleep in satsang, I like them the most. Because they have already attained what is to be attained. See, friends. Therefore, here it is said, dosha drishti na sajjate. He comes to know these are the shortcomings, limitations of this worldly indulgence. Therefore, he will not get involved. In Vivek Chudamani, Bhagavan Shankara writes, Virajya Vishaya Vrata dosha drishtya mumurmuhu swalakshe niyata avastha manasaha shamauchyate. If we have the ability to find mistakes in everything and everybody, it's a good quality. Then find out the shortcomings in every object. And once you discover something is bad, you will not run after it. See? Then only the mind is available for whatever we want to apply. And therefore, Bhagavan Krishna tells Uddhavji that apramoto anuyunjita mano mai arpayan shanaihi anirvinno yatha kalam jitashvaso jitasana etavan yoga adishtaha mashishyahi sanakadivihi sarvato mana akrusha mayyadhaveshyate yatha. Now Bhagavan Krishna says, therefore, what is the spiritual practice? If we want to stop repeating the same mistake, we get involved in the world and we suffer. If we really want freedom from suffering in this world, here is the technique given by the teacher. First of all, apramattaha. We should be very clear, spiritual practice means freedom from body identification. First. Therefore, anything which will lead to body identification, we on our own slowly stop dropping. Now one or two examples I'll give, then rest is your homework. When I consider myself to be the body, then this world becomes real. And whatever we take as real, that alone we seek. Whatever we have recognized as an illusion, we don't seek illusions. When we see the rainbow, we enjoy. But do we get a thought thereafter, let me take a piece of rainbow, show it to my wife? No. Exactly the same way, this world comes into existence only after body identification. In the deep sleep, when we are not identified with the body, where are we? See, friends, our Vedanta Satsanga is not going to a hospital. Vedanta Satsanga is not going to temple. Vedanta Satsanga is going to a gym. Who goes to the gym? Healthy person. For what? To maintain the health. Who goes to the hospital? All unhealthy people. Nobody sends an invitation, please come to hospital. People automatically reach, full of unhealthy problems. Similarly, the temples. You go to the temples in India, see, how many millions during the Shivratri in Varanasi, I am there every year. The queue is 5 kilometers. Queue. People are standing in a queue and it's not only one line, 5-6 people together. So much. What for? Oh Lord, I do this thing. See that my daughter gets married. See my son gets engineered. Blah, 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 blah. Constantly asking. See? But when you come here for study of Vedanta, then the first step, if you want that by study of Vedanta our desires will be fulfilled, you are in a wrong place. It is something like going to the gym and asking that person, can you give me some medicine? He said, go to the hospital. Here is no medicine. Here only healthy people come to maintain the health. And what is the unhealthy condition? Desire. And why desire? Because I am the body. Think. Therefore, first, apramattaha. We should be clear. This is what the spiritual practice means. Then, anuyunjita. Second step. It has to be 24/7 business. What will happen if we practice this? Worldly things will not influence us. We will be very much in this world. We will be indulging like everybody, but we will not be caught up by our own indulgence in the form of addiction. Eat good food, nothing wrong. Go for a movie, nothing wrong. Have good clothes, nothing wrong. But if something is not available, then we start getting frustrated. Then we are addicted to comforts. See? Dukkheshu anudvigna manaha, sukheshu vigataspruha, Bhagavan says in Gita. When miseries come, this wise man of steady wisdom is not disturbed. He doesn't become miserable. And when comforts are there, he is not attached to the comforts. See, friend. Therefore, apramatto anuyunjito manaha, the mind, mai arpayan. Then we have to fix the mind to something which is steady and firm. Try right now. I will be chanting. Focus attention on the chant. Thereafter, after one chant, I will keep silent. Then focus attention on the silence. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Finites are many. Finites are created in time. Finites end in time. Infinite is uncreated. Sounds are finite. Silence is infinite. Therefore, when we give the mind any object which is infinite, the mind dissolves in consciousness like the ice cube dissolves in water. You are hearing the sounds, but you are still in silence. At this moment, your mind is like a blotting paper, absorbing, not reacting. Mano yunjita mai, Bhagavan says, engage your mind in this infinity that I am. Then anirvinnaha. When we start doing anything, we become frustrated. I can't do it. Just forget about it. No, don't give up. Like a child. When a child starts learning how to walk, just imagine. After taking first step, the child falls. And if the child thinks, I don't think I can walk, his whole life he will be never walking. But the child never gives up. He discovers his own techniques. The child never asks the mother, Mummy, when you were small, how did you learn walking? He has his own techniques. Don't go and ask others how to do meditation. It is not making upma. You find out your own ways. See, friends, Anirvidnaha, don't give up. Find out how it can be done. Then slowly you start discovering what is the difference between the thinking and chanting Lord's name. When you are thinking with any theme, your mind gathers a momentum, and in that momentum you are carried away. But when you chant Lord's name, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, here the mind doesn't gather momentum. So when your mind is carried away by something which is bugging you, bothering you, immediately start japa. Then the momentum of thought will be arrested. And when the momentum is reduced, then keep quiet. Listen to the silence. Anirvinnaha. Now these things which I told you, you will not get them in books. You work on it, and then you discover from within. And whatever we discover, we never forget that. See, when we learn, nobody can take it away from us. But when we are all the time keeping the book in the hand, like the PowerPoint presentation of the spirituality. See, in one of the places, I had a talk in a management thing, and they were telling me, Swamiji, we have made all arrangements for the PowerPoint presentation. I said, I don't have power and no presentation. No, but earlier one Mahatmaji came, he wanted PowerPoint presentation, therefore we made for him. I said, that's very good, but I don't have. What will you show? Atma. Then he has done the sin. Then he has gone to the hell. Oh. What PowerPoint presentation? Can you present the infinite through PowerPoint? Think, friends, it is so subjective. You have to discover from within. And therefore, Anirvidnaha, then Yatha Kalam. And don't torture yourself. Sometimes the mind cooperates chanting Lord's name, do that. Sometimes it doesn't, never mind. Get up and chant some stotras. That also is not possible. Then get up, clean the temple. Sometimes that is not possible. Then go running up to Johannesburg and come back. See? Spiritual practice is not a military drill. By the left, quick march. No. See what is the quality of your mind at a given time. When this is not understood, we are virtually destroying our mind. Don't fight with the mind. Meditation is not any time repeated. Every meditation is unique. Don't try to repeat meditation. Like you drive your car from your home to your office place where you work. Every day, the point of origin is the same, destination is the same, road is the same, but every driving is unique, is it not? You are the same, your meditation is the same, your destination is the same, but the meditation is not repeated. Driving is repeated, but the driving is not repeated. Think. And therefore, here the teacher says, Yatha Kalam. Don't be in a hurry. Spiritual life is not ASAP. It's not that. Let it take its own time. What is the hurry? It is not a time-bound or a space-bound program. Then Gita Shvasaha. The next Gita Shvasaha. Shvasa is breathing. The body and the mind, they are together because of the breathing. Sometimes it happens, the breathing goes out and breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Sometimes it happens, breathing out and it forgets to breathe in. Then what happens? Then the mind and the body are separated. So mind and the body are separated under three conditions. Condition number one, compulsion. What is called as death. Second is ignorance. What is called as deep sleep. And third condition is through spiritual practice. Jita Shvasaha. When we become aware of breathing, don't do anything. Simply remain aware. Breathing is happening. Don't concentrate. Don't focus. Just remain aware that breathing is happening. When we are aware of this happening, there is nobody who is doing the breathing. We don't do breathing. Breathing happens. Pranayam we do. Breathing we don't do. You can avoid doing pranayam. You cannot avoid breathing. Come on, I am tired enough. How many times can you do pranayam? 10, 20, 100, 200, 500, 1000, 10,000? And how many times we do breathing? Every day. 200 and 1600 times. 15 times per minute. Do any job for n number of times, we get tired, is it not? Do we say, I have been breathing whole day, today I am not going to breathe, okay? You breathe on my behalf. Because there is no doing of breathing. Breathing is happening. And when we say, you simply remain aware of the breathing that is happening, and when you concentrate, mind is born. Don't concentrate anywhere. Concentration is always on others. Jita Shvasa. And then Jitasanaha. Jitasanaha means the one who is steady in his life. We have never even looked within ourselves at how our mind is absolutely under zero control. We are not even aware of that. Therefore we do it. The moment you become aware, this will not happen. That's what, when somebody comes, we all looking at that as if a very important event has happened. It is not that we are doing intentionally, but this is what our mind is. Is it necessary to know who has come, who has gone? No need. See, friends, the reason is Jitasanaha. We are not steady in our life. See. After having told this, Bhagavan Krishna tells, Etavan yoga adishtaha mashishyahi sanakadivihi. Hey Uddhavji, this is what is called as the yoga, which was instructed by my disciples. Bhagavan Krishna says, my disciples, who were they? Sanaka, Sanat Kumar, Sanatana, Ityadi, the 4 young children, and Sarvataha Mama Akrishya Mayedhat Veshate Yatha. And thus withdraw your mind from everywhere and bring back to me. Tulsidaji says, Sabaki mamata tagavatori. Withdraw the mind from all the corners and bring back to yourself. When we are thus engaged, remaining self-oriented, then we will naturally be not extrovert. And then we will not suffer because of ourselves. See, Bhagavan Shankara says, Yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavihinaha yasya brahmani ramate chittam. He whose mind is dissolved in the infinite. It is no more a mind, it is pure consciousness. See, nandati 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 eva. What are the symptoms of realization? You are at peace with yourself. You are at peace with the whole world. In this manner, when this was told by Bhagavan Krishna to Uddhavji, that my disciples, they have instructed this as the yoga, immediately Uddhavji asked a question, Yada tvam sanakadibhyaha yena rupena keshava yogam adishtavan etan rupam ichhami veditu. Oh Lord, you gave this knowledge to Sanaka etc. So how did you give them? In which form? I know you only as Krishna. And Sanaka Kumar, they were far earlier. They are the children of Brahmaji, 4 of them. They are always 5 years of age. And to them you told, when did you told them? And in which form? Were you the same Krishna or something different? So, Etat Veditu Vichhami. This is what I want to know. In which form and where did you give this knowledge to the Sanakas, etc.? Bhagavan says, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Putra Hiranya Garbhasya Manasa Sanakadayaha Papruchu Pitaram Sukshmam Yoga Saikantiki Gatim. Bhagavan says, once it happened that Brahmaji's children, the Manasik Putra, they are his mind children, Manasik Putra, they went to their father Brahmaji and asked, Oh Dad, kindly tell us the secret of yoga. When the 4 of them went to their father, Oh Father, tell us the secret of yoga, then what happens? They Sanakadayaha uchu. What they said? Guneshu avishate chetaha guna chetasi cha prabho katham enjanya santyagaha mumuksho atitirshayoho. And we want this to know that the mind is engaged in the objects and the objects are entering in the mind. As a result, we are always frustrated with both the mind and the world, the objects. How can they be separated from each other? Because those who want liberation, they have to drop the objects and the mind. But they are always together. How it can be separated? Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Evam prushto mahadeva swayambhur bhuta bhavanaha dhyayamanaha prashna bijam nabhyam pashtupadyata karmadhihi. Now here is a very subtle point, be attentive. When we ask questions, and if the person who is answering the question, if he is not able to understand what is the root of this question, what is the seed that this question is born, if that seed of the question is not recognized by the teacher who is answering the question, that answer will never satisfy the person to whom the answer was given. One example I'll tell you. This happened in Bangalore. One couple, elderly couple, they came to receive me on the first of all they wrote me, Swamiji, I want to do your program in a very big way. You are not an ordinary Swami, I want to do it in a big way. And then he started talking about himself. I have organized this, that, as if it is like a cinema show. So I was keeping cool. Then he came to airport, special permission, he came inside with a big garland and flowers and fruits and received me and his wife in a pomp and show, showing all the filthy richness. And then we drove to my friend's home. And he says, Swamiji, I want 3 days from you. I want to discuss with you. I said, start right now. Don't waste time. And then he started. There is not a single day when I don't appear in the media. I am the governor of this, the Rotary Club. I have done this, I have done that. Continuously going on and on and on. And I don't want your lecture to be organized in a simple way. It should be in a big way. I will do that marketing for you. So when he was talking, I was listening. Then I asked him. I said, may I talk something? He said, yes. How are your children, your sons, your daughter-in-laws? When I asked this, both husband and wife, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. He said, Swamiji, why did you ask this question? I said, I am dumb. I have to talk something, therefore I simply asked. Swamiji, you know something. I said, I don't know you, man. What will I know? Then the originality came. Swamiji, I got such a huge business. My sons are taken care of. We stay in the same house. But our kitchen is divided. My daughter-in-laws, they don't give us a glass of water. When I go to the kitchen, that lady says, this is not your time, this is our time. And we are vegetarians. They purposely prepare non-vegetarian. They are torturing us. We don't know what we should do. I said, organize my lectures. Then I told in clear terms, I said, my dear friend, you are running away from the realities of life. You don't want to do this thing. You are running away from yourself. Why this happens? Because you are a very strong I. Ice cubes, if you keep in a jar, every ice cube has got its own personality. But when the same ice cubes melt, they dissolve. And water is so comfortable in any pot. Let it be a petri dish, let it be a test tube, let it be a capillary tube, water is comfortable. And ice, anywhere you keep. We are like ice cubes. Mind is nothing but solidified consciousness. Life is common. Whether it is the life of a human being, or that of a donkey, or that of a snake, or that of a plant. Life is common. Friends, unless we come to realize this, we will be constantly struggling. So, this Mahadeva, he was so busy in his creation, therefore, Dhyayamanaha Prashnabija na abhyapatyat. He could not understand the source wherefrom the question was raised. What was the question? The mind is engaged in the worldly objects and the worldly objects are entering the mind, and unless these two are separated, how can a person attain peace in life? This was the question. Now what is the root of that question? Where from that question has come up? So it is very clear. Dhyayamanaha prashnabija na abhyapadyat. Because karmadhihi. He is so much engaged in creation that he has no time for contemplation. Therefore, those who are too much engaged in the things, they cannot think cool. See, friends. And when he was not able to understand, then samam achintaya devaham prashna paratitirshayam tasyaham hamsa rupena sakasham agamam tada. So when he was not able to answer the question, he thought of me, he invoked me in his heart, and immediately I manifested to answer those questions what he was not able to answer in the form of a Hamsa. And therefore, this Gita is called as Hamsa Gita. Hamsa is a bird. It is a mystic bird. Now, what is the meaning of all this? We'll take it in our tomorrow's episode. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.